All right, here's the second part of the video, or the second part of the lesson using the law of cosines. So here is the law of cosines. If I have an angle and its two adjacent sides, I can use that information to find the opposite side. So what I'm trying to do with this is in terms of finding a side, is figure out that side there. One question that is natural at this point, how do I tell when I use law of sines or when I use law of cosines? For law of sines, this is when you have an opposite side. Oh boy. And opposite angle. Right? If you don't have that, it's law of cosines. So if I know that this is 45 and this is 30, then I'm going to use law of sines. If I have this, this, and this, and I'm looking for this, I'm going to use law of cosines. All right, so first example, using law of cosines. Now notice, law of cosines as it's written isn't quite going to work here. One thing about this is the opposite side to that angle. So that letter and that letter have to match for this to work. So for this one, this is going to be the angle, and this is going to be the opposite side that goes here. Okay, so this part and this part have to be the ends of that equation. So in this case, it's actually going to be b squared. 5 and 7, it turns out it doesn't really matter where they go here, which order they are. So 5 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 5 times 7 times cosine of that opposite angle, in this case b, which is 100. Now I'm going to plug all of that into my calculator, write some stuff down, and then finish it off. So how that should look is 5 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 parenthesis 5 and parenthesis 7 and parenthesis cosine of 100 and parentheses. So it looks pretty much exactly the same as this, except parentheses around the 100. Hit enter, and I get that b squared is equal to about 86.16. All right. Now I need to take the square root of both sides. So you could do this one of two ways. You could just do square root of 86.16, but the way to get it super accurate, if we do second squared, so second squared to get the square root symbol, and then I've got this little answer, meaning my previous answer. If I want to plug that into an equation, I can do second, and then the negative symbol down here by the decimal, and it will be square root ANS for answer. Hit enter, and about 9.3 is what b is equal to. Now you certainly could just do square root 86.16, that's fine too. It doesn't really matter, but that's a nice little trick to know as you guys are getting a little bit further along in your math lives. All right, so let's try this one for side E. Go ahead, pause the video, try it on your own, and see if you get it to work. So E squared goes there, angle E is what goes in the cosine. Okay, so the two side lengths go here and here, so 10 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 10 times 4 times cosine of this angle E. So again, I'm using this angle to find this side, and those are the two things that are on the ends of this formula. So 70, like that. We can just plug it all in. Ten squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 10 times 4 cosine 70. Whoa! Why did I get some weird fraction for that? There we go, decimal. Let's try it again. Second entry, there we go. So 88.64 is E squared. So now if I do second x squared for the square root, and I could either plug in, maybe this one I'll just do 88.64, like that. Hit enter, and about 9.4. All right, and that is law of cosines to find a missing side. I'm not sure what the homework is going to be off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a concept check. Email your teacher if you have any questions.